Hey, what's up everybody? This is Etho and welcome back guys to our Let's Play world. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. We're here in Sandy City right now. I was just playing around with these chorus fruits a little bit. That's kind of what I want to do today. I want to make a chorus fruit farm. I've been wanting to do that the last couple episodes and we just haven't had time. So today's the day. Let's talk about this, what the plan is. So, okay. I've been trying to figure out the design for this. One of the big problems with the chorus fruit is you need these seeds, and I just planted some of them over here last time. This is how they grow. They grow all crazy and chaotically like that. In order to actually get these seeds, you have to break the seed pod over here. If you break the stem over here, you don't get any seeds, and then you have nothing to replant it with. Okay? That's our first challenge. So when they're way up in the air like that, there's not really any good way of getting the seeds harvested. Even if you built like a platform to kind of stand on up there, it's still kind of crazy and chaotic. So something a lot of people are doing, I've seen, I think Azuma even had a tutorial on this, is you just, you kind of block their growth by putting a ceiling over top them, like 3 blocks up here, and they'll still split into multiple seeds. So this one has three seed pods, for example, and you easily harvest them because they're at eye level here, which is kind of nice. I think that's one thing we're going to do for sure. That way we don't have to worry about getting more of these seeds and trying to figure out a way of collecting them easily. The thing to note about these plants, though, they're kind of interesting. If you want to get these seed pods, you can't just yeah, you can't just like push them with a piston, unfortunately. They don't like having any blocks next to them. If you do that, it just destroys the plant, like you saw. Here, let's try this. Oh, I do have levers. Excellent. Okay. So yeah, as soon as another something like another block or piston head or anything gets next to it, it just breaks and you don't get the seed out of it. So that's kind of challenging. There's no way of automating it, that means. So you got to manually break them. The other thing is, if we want to break the plant, there's a couple ways we can do it. Like if you break the stem, everything above that gets broken. You can put a block next to the stems, and then if you destroy that, the whole plant gets destroyed and it drops all the fruit. So that's one way you can do it. Another way you could do it is to move the end stone that it's planted on. So for example, if you do this, the whole plant gets destroyed. And finally, another way, well, there might be even more ways, I'm not sure. If you wash it away with water, that also will break the plant. So there's a couple different ways of doing it. Okay, well anyways, that's the general idea to how these plants work. What we're going to be doing today, I want to build both a seed farm, so something similar to this. We're going to try optimize it as best as we can, so we get seeds very quickly. And then we're going to have a second farm for growing the full-blown plants like this. The bigger the plant is, the more fruits, the more of this fruit you get, and the more fruit you get, the more purple blocks you get. So we want to collect as much as we can, is the idea. When we build our farm, we're going to try to automatically collect the fruit, and we're going to try to automatically smelt it in a furnace, is what I want to do. Now, I had one idea originally. I was going to do something like this. So we have these fence gates, right? These create an opening where the fruit could fall down into a water stream below, and then they get collected together into one spot. The piston would move the end stone block so the whole plant breaks. I'll show you how it works. All right. Kind of like that, so everything breaks. If any of them land on the end stone, like this one for example, when we trigger it back into place over here, Like we would have a smart piston set up probably. Any that land on top of the blocks will get, they'll fall through basically into the water below, and 100% collection rate, I believe. And then the reason for this minecart track is you kind of go along, and you know, I never made a minecart. I can't really demonstrate it, but yeah, it would help to speed up the replanting because you just kind of go along like that. The only thing is, if you right-click on a fence, it's going to open it or close it, which would be annoying. Now, the other idea I had was just to do something like this, and I think this is what we're going to do, because that minecart idea is so intricate to set up and so complicated and expensive, and sometimes, you know, I like doing things complicated, but sometimes simpler is actually better, and this seems to be a pretty good idea. So anyway, anywhere there's an endstone block is where I would put the chorus fruit, right? And you just every 6 blocks go up a step, and then the water will flow down and harvest all the chorus fruit automatically and collect it all together at the bottom. Oh. Oh yeah, okay. So when we release it, we're gonna need a longer strip here at the start. But yeah, basically all the chorus fruit's going to flow down to the bottom where these seeds are, and then we can just collect it and then bring it to a furnace and automatically smelt it. So that seems like a pretty good way of doing it. I got to find a spot to set it up, and then we can probably get going here. Alright, well, I've looked around our world here quite a bit, guys, and the one spot that's standing out the most to me is up behind the village. We have quite a bit of open field here that we haven't done anything with so far, so I would like to fill it up if we can, this area. And I want to build it somewhere that we're going to frequent, like somewhere we're going to travel quite a bit, so the plants will actually grow and we don't have to AFK in the chunks, you know, to get our fruit growing here. So yeah, maybe right behind here would be good. You see how it kind of gradually slopes downward, and then there's this big cliff here. I think we'll try to take advantage of that if we can. And I'm planning on maybe having a path or a river running down at the bottom of this cliff. So let's see. Wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe let's give a little bit of space. Yeah, let's plan to put a line like right over here. Okay. So we'll cut all this land away. All the chorus fruit is going to probably drop off into a water stream over here. So we'll either make a fake river or maybe a one-wide water stream and then a path beside it type of thing. Maybe eventually we'll reinforce this cliff to make it look like it's being held in place properly. I'm going to fill this water in. And we want this first step to be 8 blocks long. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then this one will be 6, and then all the other ones will be 6 from here on. You're gonna walk in a cactus. I know it. I know it. I'm so used to playing Ark, and I just want to press the whistle button when I get off my horse here so it doesn't move. Oh yeah, check it out, everybody. Things are coming together now. They're taking shape. I've been at this for a little while, just doing the terraforming and stuff. I decided to do a test run here too, so I planted whatever seeds I had just to make sure they would grow together where I put them here. And it looks like they get to the full height for the most part. Like, if you put them too close together, they run into each other and then they stop growing. You can see maybe a few of these that kind of happened when they turn black like that. But generally speaking, I think it's a pretty good pattern for the floor here. And I got maybe a little carried away with the size of this thing. Check it out, like from up here, there's about 30 per step, and there's 5 steps total, so that's like 150 plants. If each of them dropped 1 chorus fruit, that's 150 blocks per harvest, like 150 per blocks we'll get. But we're probably going to get at least 3 or 4 fruits, so that's a lot of blocks per thing here. To make things a little easier on myself, I just set up a beacon here. We got haste and speed, which will make replanting faster too, because we'll be able to get around quicker. And I think we'll probably stop around there. We're gonna have to do a bit of work in this area to make it look natural. Like, I don't really like this grass next to the end stone. The green and yellow and purple isn't really doing it for me. I was thinking maybe we switch out the grass with mycelium, because it's purple as well, or maybe a hardened clay of some kind would look good. I'm not sure. We'll have to think of something though. But in order to fill this farm, we're going to need a lot of the chorus fruit seeds. So maybe we should get going on the seed farm too. Get out of my way! I was going to put it right next to this, so on the opposite side. Underneath the village, maybe we'll just dig a hole around here. All we really need is like a 2-high space, basically. So maybe all along the farm, we will start chiseling out the land here, and then we'll like put end stone down here and stuff. Try to put lights in the ceiling and like some way of releasing water as well down here, so that we can quickly clean up any scrap that gets left behind. Would be a good idea. Okay, so now I'm just doing some experiments with this seed farm, trying to find the ideal way of setting it up here. Ideally, I would like them all to grow like this plant here, where it has one on the left, one on the right. Then you could have them together, like just 1 block spacing between. And you could just run down a long path, you know, with your axe. Just go bam, 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 bam. Get a ton of seeds, because each plant would split into 2. But I don't know if there's any way to actually force it to grow like this one. This one just happened by chance. Some of them, like, they went to the right. A lot of these ones did. I wonder if we give it enough time, if it's going to grow a seed over here. Or if it's just done growing. I'm not sure. We're just going to let that sit for a little bit. I just realized, you know, I have no idea if these plants are flammable. I have no idea what TNT does to them. So we're going to have some fun here. Just want to see if they burn down or what. Usually Mojang doesn't remember to do stuff like that though, when they introduce a new thing. Because it's a plant, it should be flammable, right? But yeah, it doesn't look like it is. Okay. I want to see what TNT does too, if it's gonna harvest the seeds or not. That would be interesting. Alright, let's put it right up in the middle here. It's really weird, like I tried jumping around on the top here. It's actually not too difficult to harvest the seed pods just by climbing around on here. I was a little surprised. Alright. Oh. Ooh. There we go. Okay, let's see what happens. And did we get any seed pods? Coarse fruit, coarse fruit. Nope, no seed pods. Alright, well I left these for a little while and nothing has really changed, so it seems like it just kind of just like randomly chooses if it's going to grow a seed here or not, here or not, here or not. If you block those spots, it just decreases your odds of getting more seeds. That's why a lot of these only have 1 instead of 2 or more. So yeah, I think probably the best arrangement is going to be like we have over here. Alternate like this. So you still have a straight line, like you can run down like this, get the seed pods. The only ones you aren't going to get are the ones that grow in between these 2 blocks. Might be a bit tricky. I had an idea though. We're going to try another thing here. Maybe the secret to coarse fruit farms is the horse. You know what? I actually have a good feeling about this, because we I tried jumping around on top of these. It wasn't too bad, but if we have a horse, like, you're not going to fall through the spaces then, right? If you have a jumping horse, especially, maybe with jumping potions. Like, look how easy it is to get around. This is the way to do it, right? Harvesting speed is slower if you're on a horse. Cuts it in half, but still. I don't know, though. I think maybe a seed farm would be faster. Because it's about 2-3 seconds between each one I'm picking here. But while with a seed farm, you could probably just run down and get them all. Alright, anyways, let's get back to building here. So one thing I'm going to do is try the mycelium out. I don't have a lot of this stuff, though. I think that's cool, right? Like, they're pretty close in color. To get rid of the grass, I'm just going to go by with the hoe. It should turn back to dirt over time, and then the mycelium will be able to spread to it, I hope. The edges here, though, we got to watch out, because I think Enderman will be able to pick up these blocks. We might need some special block on the edges that they can't grab. And also lighting on the ground would be nice, too, so this is lit up at night. Man, I can't believe this, guys. I just realized the dumbest thing. This is probably common knowledge, but I just thought of it. Horse pillars. Oh man, the greatest thing ever. You know, I'm pretty sure that black horse died, by the way. I think he jumped into a cactus. So I was trying to figure out what to do with this guy. And it just hit me. Why don't I just build a pillar that's 4 blocks tall? Because the AI in the game won't fall if it's... It only falls if it's 3 blocks or less, sort of thing. So if it's 4 blocks, they just stay there. They can't pathfind their way down. So, yeah. Why don't I just do that? I have no idea. Usually what I would do before that, if I just wanted a quick stopping point for a horse, I would dig a hole like this, a 2x2, right? Oops. Park the horse down here. Then I'd take away 1 block so I can get out myself. The problem with this, though, is I often found my horses were glitching into the blocks and suffocating. And also, if I tried to find my horse again, a lot of times I couldn't because they're below ground, right? You can't see them too well. If they're up on a pillar, though, it's just like, oh, I'm over here. Oh, snap. I'm going to be doing that a lot from now on. Yes, greatest thing. Okay, back to the coarse fruit farm. So I got the mycelium spreading. What we're going to do, this is the very edge here. This is where the water is going to end at this block we're removing right now. So let's get rid of this. We'll change it out with something more permanent. Let's use stone bricks. I like these with mycelium as well. So if, assuming this is what we're going to keep, I think stone brick is a good match with mycelium. Alright, so water ends on this block, then the coarse fruit is going to fall down to this row here. Let's balance it out by putting more bricks on the other side. And then in between here, we're going to run water streams or possibly a hopper minecart. I haven't decided yet. Oops. And then over here, we got, I measured it out so we would have 5 blocks. And then the stone brick on both sides, right? This I may make into the new path block. I'm not sure. Does that kind of go with the mycelium? I don't know. It might be a good idea. Because we have... like, I want to transform this whole area quite a bit. Not just like this coarse fruit farm. Around the village and stuff, it would be nice to do a little bit of terraforming. Like we have, for example, a fence over here, fence over there. It would be nice to have a path running down the middle here, so maybe we'd do that out of the path blocks, sort of thing. Maybe make a nice gate to our village to get inside. Could do a lot of improvements in this area. Alright, this I guess would have to go up a block then if this is the level ground here. Oh, get out of here. Okay, let's try this out. Oh, lots of mobs over there. The 1.9, man, I tell you, it's scary. I actually fear mobs again. because you can't just spam click them with your tools. You got to wait a little bit. I am using the axe. Maybe I should change to the sword again. Oh, I have started using my bow too, though. I find the shield is really hard to use, like, just in general gameplay, though, like, because it takes up an extra spot and it blocks the screen quite a bit. I don't like that all that much, so I don't think I'm going to be using it just in general play. I just love watching these things grow after I plant them, because they change so quickly, like, they grow so fast. It's like non-stop, you see things moving. It's pretty cool, I like it. So we got our path down the middle here, and what we're going to have to do is get a water stream at the top that will harvest these and also wash all the coarse fruit down the slope here. I put some stairs to separate the layers here. I hope this works okay. I'm not sure if it will. I'm worried items might get stuck in this little missing section, but I think they just bounce off, right? If I'm not mistaken. The nice thing about using a stair is we can just walk up to the next level too, which will be pretty convenient when we're planting. That way I don't have to jump all the time. I also am getting the seed farm set up. I'm still on the fence about this whole idea. Oh, tell you what, let's go sleep real quick here. Yeah, I'm not too sure if we're doing the seed farm or not. We'll try it out in just a second here. I feel like it's almost too much work for too little return with it. The horse idea was decent. The other idea we could try is maybe just setting up one wide paths above the coarse fruit farm that we can walk on and hopefully reach some of the seeds and break them before we harvest it. But I don't know. Let's go try out the seed farm, see if it's got some potential or not. Alright, so if we look at these, how did they do? This one has 2. 1, 1, 2, 1. Oh no, that's a 2. 1, 1, 2, 1. It seems like maybe 1.5 profit, roughly. So it's not perfect. See, what I wanted to do is just to be able to run down a single line here and get all the seeds. But we would have to do that like 4 times now. Because you'd run down like this. We got 8 from that. Then you'd run down the middle. The middle, you get a few more. Alright. And then you'd run down this side. It's a little bit of work. See, now the problem is getting the ones in the middle. One thing we could do is just like do this and hope we get them. Be like a 50-50 chance. Or we could very meticulously try to get them and make sure we do it. Afterwards, the best thing to do would probably be have water break the remaining stems. That way we don't have to waste time with it. And also waste axe durability too. That's another thing. With all the breaking you do, it actually wears up the axe pretty quick. Alright, so yeah. So that would have netted us maybe 20 seeds bonus, 15 to 20 from that amount of work. I don't know if it's really worth it or not. The other thing we could do is just like have something above the farm and hope it grows around it maybe. Like if you had something going like this all the way across, you could probably reach a lot of the seeds. Oh, maybe not. Like you could get all these easy. I don't know. I'm still thinking about this. I'm not sure I've hit the right solution just yet. Well, anyways, guys, I think we'll have to try finish this up next episode. We got a little bit left to do on it. We got to do like the water release and water stream stuff, auto collection. We got to do the auto smelter room or whatever, and just a lot of polish in this area would be nice. My current thinking is to not do the seed farm. Unless you guys have an idea of how to make it better, let me know in the comments if you do. but instead we'll have to try figure out some way of harvesting those on the top there, because this is a lot faster to grab those than to plant those, get a few extra, not too many extra, and then break them, replant them. It's a lot of work really for not much profit. All right. I had an idea too. Since this is so close to this blacksmith house we built, remember we were trying to figure out what to put in the basement here? Now I'm thinking this is where we're going to set up our chorus fruit smelter. So we'll get them to arrive over here, and then we'll have a bunch of furnaces down here and some storage for the purple blocks maybe. Could be pretty cool. Alright, well, let's get to the comment of the day. It says, how did he have full diamond armor, but not full armor bar? Like the chest pieces down here. So a lot of people were wondering in this last episode, I was wearing full diamond armor, but my armor display looked like I was wearing a lot less. That's because in 1.9, they were playing around with armor degradation, which is like we had back in the alpha days. Remember when your armor took durability? Then it would protect you less and less, and you had to like re-equip new armor just to get your armor protection back. Like leather armor, you would last 2-3 hits and then you'd have to replace it, type of thing. But in the latest snapshots, it sounds like they got rid of that, thankfully, because nobody really liked that in the past, as far as I know. So yeah, just a temporary thing that they're probably not going to do. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.